and welcome to BowlerHatChef. You'll get 2 videos per week, one on Tuesday, one on Friday. Being a main or dessert, I don't know, so you'll have to tune in on Tuesdays and Fridays to find out. Today we'll be making banana meringue pie, straight from an American recipe site. Hope you enjoy. Right, first of all, you have to put the butter, 100 grams of butter, diced, into a big bowl, and then sift in your flour, 225 grams of flour, and that's it for your pastry base so far. Then you get your mixer, because you can do it by hands, and you have to sift it like that to make it into fine breadcrumbs. That's the texture we're looking for. I can't be asked to do that, and I've got the equipment. Don't think we need it, but we have got a splash guard. I think we will, with the amount of flour that's in here. It's going to go everywhere. But that's it. And we close it down. Set it on a low speed, because it's working like the hands. And the hands work quite slow. That's the way you want to sort of make your pastry. So... yeah. That's quite low, and now all we have to do, it's quite quiet as well, which I quite like about this, and all we have to do now is wait. Cue waiting pause. I think now's a good time to stop and check it. So we turn off the power. You only need a couple minutes of whisking. That's how fast it takes to become fine breadcrumbs. Lift it up. Unscrew, and you can feel how light it is. I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but we're looking for fine breadcrumb. That's what we're looking for, fine breadcrumb. And once it gets to this stage, let me check my recipe on my phone. At this stage we have to add in the salt, just a pinch. That's enough. And then 2 to 3 tablespoons of water. As if by magic, a spoon appears. Now the water needs to be cold. And that's all you need. Now all you have to do is knead the dough, which again you can do by hand, but because I'm lazy, I'm going to do it in my blender. Now it needs to form into a dough now, so it's up to you to judge when it gets to that thickness. If you think it needs a bit more water, simply add some, and that's it. But 2 to 3 tablespoons should be enough. Right. When the motor starts to struggle, I think it's time that it's done. And you can see it's sticking quite nicely, and it's quite firm to the touch. That's what we want, and we don't want to over knead it. So the rest, I'm going to do by hand. How you do it by hand? Simply get a bit of flour on the surface, just a bit, spread it round, make sure it's in your fingers as well. This is the fun, messy part now. And we simply grab our mixture. As you can see, it's nice, and you can feel a bit of the dampness. And now we simply palm down, stretch, turn, fold. Palm down, turn, fold. Palm down, turn, fold. And just repeat this kneading process until it becomes a ball. And we're making a short crust pastry here. I think that's come together quite well. And now, because I'm not the boss, I have to get the boss. So if you excuse me, Mum!
Lovely.
Is that good?
That looks fabulous.
What we have to do now is wrap it in cling film, chuck it in the fridge, job's a good one. And whilst it's in the fridge cooling for at least 30 minutes, you can start making the filling, and it's really simple. Right, time to add the filling. This is going to be interesting. First of all, you add 2.5 cups of milk. Don't worry, you English friends out there, I will be doing the conversions online. Then add your sugar, cornstarch and salt. Into the pan it goes. Lovely. And then stir. We don't want it to bubble, we just want a slow, gentle heat. And we just want to keep on stirring for about, you can see my watch, about 2 minutes. We're going to just gently stir it, gently stir it. So we just want to keep it stirring. And it's good to use a wooden spoon, that way the heat doesn't travel up and burn your fingers. So everyone wins at this. There it is, if you can see, if I just, it's a lot less runny, if you can see that. It's a lot less runny and it is more thickened, so it is working, and that's what we want. The reason why it's getting thicker is because of the cornstarch. Cornstarch is a thickening agent, which is why we add it. The smell is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Yep, starting to bubble. We turn off the heat and stick it on the side and just leave it there to cool. Whilst it's cooling, we prepare the eggs. What we want to do with the eggs, we just want the egg yolk. That's all we want, the egg yolk. And we put the egg whites on the side to save for later. Now the egg yolks, these are the main stars of the show for now. What we need to do, small fork or any fork, is just whisk them up together. Whisk them up. Just a little bit so they're all broken. And once you've done that, you introduce a little bit of your filling to it, just so the eggs don't cook, because then we'll have scrambled eggs, and we don't want scrambled eggs. Scrambled eggs are bad. So now we whisk it up all together so we get used to the temperature. I don't think we got scrambled eggs this time. And all we do now, add it to the pan. Make sure you get all that goodness. And we start stirring again, but this time on a low heat. We want it to be on a very low heat. We want it to boil now. Once it's been set for 2 minutes of stirring, we want to bring it up to the boil, so when the bubbles start to form. And that's looking very nice. And it smells divine. Once it's been bubbling for a couple of seconds, reduce the heat to low. Next, we add the butter and the vanilla extract. We want to add a teaspoon of this. I can do it by eye. There we go, that's a teaspoon. And you add, then you add the butter. Come on. Lovely. And you stir it together. Once the butter is all melted, and this pretty much is all melted, we preheat the oven to 200 degrees. That's what we want, 200 degrees. Taste. When this is all melted and done, sweating like a fucking pig. There's my pastry, so we unravel it. And it's again, we have to use our hands for this. But what we want to do now, is we want to roll it. We don't want to roll it out too thick, and yet again, too thin. We want it just the right thickness. Let's grab a bit of pastry, fold it up. This is Tom's tip. Get a bit of excess pastry and just push it. Push it up the side. Prick the pastry enough so all the hot steam comes out. And that's it. Stick in the oven, 10 minutes, job's a good one. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The crust is perfect to the touch. Chop 2 medium-sized bananas. And I'm making a nice circle going all the way around. Just bring it to centre. And pour in your egg whites. Now's the fun part. We whisk. It's important to not over-whisk. As soon as it over-whisks, you destroy the meringue and you have to start again from scratch. Loose it and it creates soft peaks when lifted with the whisk. Now's the interesting part. Keep it whisking high and add a tablespoon of caster sugar at a time. We take our pan of custard and we pour it over. Make sure it goes in all the cracks. A good way to check if meringue's done, turn it upside down. If it doesn't fall out, it's done. We get a nice clean spoon and we take the mixture and we plonk it on the top. And once you decide there's enough meringue on, it's okay to get messy. It's okay. Cooking's all about getting messy. Once you put the meringue on the top, it's time to get a fork and get a bit creative. Just pinch in and just start to drag it up. Make it look messy. Make it look homemade. That's the whole idea of making stuff at home. And all you have to do now is pop it in the oven for 15 minutes. So you want to look for golden brown on the top and inside will be thick marshmallow. Banana meringue pie.